Hold on, we're going to pivot over and look at LiLuos, who's also rolling. Hold the phone! Did we just pass a 3 Draven shop? What? It's time to kick off the Gizmos and Gadgets World Championship.
You've got LiLuos, who's looking pretty hot. China's kind of been ahead of the meta a lot of this set.
Picking up that R, you can see the big transition coming from LiLuos from China, a player who has also received a lot of compliments for his creativity.
This Ahri, I think, is just going to be able to clean up way too quickly. This is not going to be a good fight for Milk, and so now it's going to come down to the desperation, looking for that Sivir. Ahri, you see just how fast she casts with that 5 mutant. Easy win here for LiLuos.
We're hopping on board with LiLuos from China, a player who is just on that cusp. 16th place at 14 points, only 1 point separating him, and unfortunately dropping out for day number 2, so needs to put his best foot forward.
Level 7, 40 gold. This is forcing a roll down. I think we're seeing a little bit of a roll down here, which is probably earlier than he wanted to do. You know, hitting the Sivir, trying to get maybe into that striker comp we see with like the Frozen Heart Echo. But you can see that hesitation. I really don't think he wanted to roll at this point. And unfortunately for LiLuos, who didn't get the last Whisper, running into the 6th bodyguard player is exactly what you didn't want, and that will take him down to an 8th place. That is the worst case scenario.
All of these players will come back tomorrow, and we will see them one more time, and I am just so ready for that.
Take a look at VCLF from Brazil go up against LiLuos, who hasn't hit yet. This is a great time to play LiLuos, who has 8 Trindamirs and 7 Zacs, 7 Warwicks. Nothing is finalized, and yet, look at the power of this Trindamir. He will not be denied. Is that set for Trindamir? Look at his spinning slash. And that is LiLuos not even in his final form, Mort.
Oh, and there's the Lucian 3 started from LiLuos. And that will maybe mix it up a little bit, not with an Arcanist spat this time around like we've seen so many times, but it is doing a lot of the work. Can it do enough against that Kai'Sa? And it can!
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the first augments, as we do have a silver tier augment presented. Some pretty generic ones. Oh, what is this? Dominance at 1-4, an augment that is often memed. Is this the Giga Chad move or what?
This is definitely a way to go out in game 8 and just take this augment and literally, I mean, what's it called? Dominate with this thing. Like, this is amazing.
Can anything take down this crazy dominance legendary board, which is still farming items? All right, well, the Zephyr onto the Kai'Sa is going to make it difficult as she doesn't really get to the fight. Galio entrance is going to stall a bunch of units. Sivir's now also under threat. Zeri's able to take it down. And that's another win. LiLuos didn't even get a chance to play for the Zeri 3. Gonna end this game start to finish with full dominance. LiLuos from China is going to be the winner of the last game here at day 2 of the Gizmos and Gadgets Championship.
Big upgrade for LiLuos as they go into what could be the final round for TXC. The Alistar is right onto the backline of TXC. This is probably not ideal. Gonna charge away, getting taken out here, trying to make the best of it. The Sivir is still going, but it's not enough. The Cho'Gath is reigning supreme in our first lobby of the day for LiLuos, who gets the win.
Crossing that 18-point threshold now means that they just need 1 first, and then that's it.
LiLuos has found the 8 bodyguards, has found the 2-star Galio, has found the Jinx. It's just such a beefy board coming from LiLuos, and now our both Chinese representatives are gonna fight it off here.
And you were talking about these players have to find a way to find comps that can cap out, that can win lobbies just in their pure strength, regardless of anything else. And I think both players have found it. An early Zeri 2 for one, a Galio 2, and 8 bodyguard comps for another. I haven't played the comp myself, but if Mortlock says this is the strongest comp in the game, I'm going to believe him. And now it just, we're gonna have to see what it looks like in this game, and if they're ever gonna lose now that he's been able to assemble it.
And there is nothing Goobums can do here to make the board stop. The Jinx will come one more time. Yeah, the Ahri is still alive. Actually, I might eat my words here. The Ari is just completely taking out the Galio and the Jinx. LiLuos has another loss their way. Gonna see it in action this time around. On level 10, this board is so strong. Gonna play against his fellow Chinese representative, and let's see what this Jinx can do.
The Zeri's dancing around. One of the Chinese players will be eliminated in this fight here. It looks like it might be Liu Li because Bodyguards is just so strong when you hit that vertical 8. The Zeri on LiLuos' side still just uncontested damage. Liu Li gets eliminated, which makes this might be over here. Ujul up against LiLuos. 8 Bodyguard. The Shroud comes in on the Galio, stops his cast from coming in a little bit too early. Kaisa gonna do her best to try and skill and do enough damage with her Monsoon in what could be a long fight with 8 Bodyguards. But Zeri untouched in the back row, dealing damage, dishing it out to every single unit on Ujul's board. And Caitlyn is the inferior sniper when it comes to stage 6. Ujul is out of contention, and LiLuos wins this fight. Dudu able to win.
Wins.
We're gonna have a 1v1.
And can tank another loss as we go into what could be maybe the final game of today.
Metacomp versus the Exodia comp. 8 Bodyguard for LiLuos. China versus Korea, and what could be the final fight of the TFT World Championship. Zeri still dealing damage, still very healthy in the backline. Well, on the sidelines there, rather. And it looks like LiLuos might win this fight. I think the Jinx is too strong with the Bodyguard emblem. That's going to be it. Dudu gets taken out. LiLuos is our TFT Gizmos and Gadgets World Champion with 8 Bodyguards to top it all off. The Exodia comp that Mortdog warned us all about is the one to win it for China.